You're listening to World Martial Arts Radio.
Welcome back to World Martial Arts Radio. I am your host, Alex the Maverick Collazo. And in this episode, we continue our interview with Dr. Jim Thomas on the new USA Martial Arts Hall of Fame Museum.
You're doing a good job with the radio show. You're bringing notoriety and the ability for people to understand and see things outside the box of what they're used to.
Thank you.
Even though they don't want to necessarily switch instructors, it's still nice to know what's out there.
Huh.
And you're not going to know that unless there's stuff like your radio show or stuff like martial arts TV or that's done in Vegas, and stuff like that. So, and my job will be to toot everybody's horn. I want to make everybody successful. The museum will sustain itself. My job is, and I continually do the Hall of Fame. I do it in regions so that it's easier for people to travel. They don't have to jump on a plane and go from California to New York necessarily. So, we can kind of bring the event closer to them, which enables them to bring their students and their families and their loved ones, their aunts and their uncles and grandmas if they're alive, grandpas if they're alive. And everybody can enjoy the festivities of the Martial Arts Hall of Fame weekend. But for those that want a physical location, now they've got it.
My word.
Or they'll have it. And a lot of people will say, hey, look, this weekend or next month, let's go to the museum and let's make it a weekend fun thing. Huh. And go and visit, take pictures, and see their names, and make it a fun little vacation spot. I'm way out here in Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Right.
But no matter where I'd be, if I was in Pittsburgh, the people from Albuquerque would have a hard time getting to Pittsburgh unless they made it a weekend. And vice versa, California, Florida, Seattle, New York, no matter where I pick, it's going to be convenient for some people. So, yeah. But this is home, so I can have a good hands on it here. And my staff and everybody will be doing this. Now, I've got a lot of, I've been in a few films, and I've got a few friends that, like Art and Craig Heimlichner, and people that have done documentaries, Eric Lee movies and things. So there'll be a room that'll be continually running with martial arts films, documentaries, videotapes of training instructions, and then it'll just run real over and over and over and over and over and over.
This sounds amazing.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. And, I didn't win the lottery, so I'm not able to go out and spend thousands and bazillions of dollars on showcases and stuff, so I figure if people would like to have their product or whatever they want displayed, well, all they got to do is buy the display stuff. It's going to cost them a couple $100.
Right.
That'll help. And that's not asking too much, because I'm not asking that. That's a one-time-a-year thing. It's not a monthly fee. I'm not trying to get them to sign up for no big marketing thing or whatever. I just want help with the stuff necessary to get the frames and pictures. Otherwise, and people don't have to do that. That's only for people that want that, because it's a non-political thing.
Right.
So everybody, there's going to be 50 walls with people's names on them, and it's all going to be done very professionally done. It's going to be like a museum. It's not going to be Scotch tape pictures up on the wall. And I want nice frames. I want nice memorabilia. I want good quality stuff. Wow.
This is good because it also gives, senseis and coaches and teachers a place to send their students for fun, for vacations.
Exactly. Hey, if you're going from Texas to Arizona, well, Albuquerque's right in the way. Huh. Or if you live in Pennsylvania, well, make it a trip into Albuquerque or whatever, and make it a fun place to go and see your instructor in a museum. And also, one of the services that I will provide is once it's done and people's pictures are up and hanging up and things, I'm going to be taking pictures of that, and I'm going to create a press packet, and I'm sending it to that instructor's local media. Free advertising is a good thing.
Wow.
And when I can say, okay, Joe Blow from Kokomo, I've got all of his pictures, all of his information and stuff, and I send it to the Kokomo newspaper, they'll print it. They'll put stuff up. The news stations, they'll cover that. Easier than if Joe Blow from Kokomo would send in a press release about himself to his own horn. You follow me?
Yeah, I follow you.
Now, some people have good relationships with their newspapers, and they'll write stuff about them. But some people, it's hard to get martial arts stuff notarized. They'll cover volleyball and softball and golf and high school football, but you got a kid that's 17 years old and just won a NASCAR tournament, or just got his black belt, and he's been studying karate since he's been 7. He's 10 now. I mean, that's good stuff. And I want the media to be aware. Now, once the media is aware of things like this, and they start putting stuff in newspapers or radio stations or TV stations will come out and visit that person, that's free advertisement. That's like that media is endorsing them. They've not paid to have no $400 for a half or quarter of a page ad, and it's gone tomorrow.
Huh.
When they cover it, and it's free, and that's just free press.
Wow.
And, we'll do that several times a year. And that's a service that we'll do. I'm not going to charge nobody nothing for that. That's just a service. But we want everybody. I mean, if you're in the USA Martial Arts Hall of Fame, you deserve to be there. And if you deserve to be there, well, people need to know, and they deserve to know that you are in there. Now there's a physical location to see it. It's not just something that's on the internet. Or a weekend that you went to get an award or had something sent to you.
Right. This is amazing stuff.
Location.
Well, I thank you so much for all this information, Dr. Jim Thomas.
You're welcome.
And
anytime. That's my job.
I'm proud to be a part.
I love this stuff.
I'm proud to be a part of your organization. I won an award for best freestyle martial art of the year and freestylist, and I was really happy with that. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And so you'll have a place in martial arts history along with everybody else. And see, there are people that are part of this every year. I had one guy, Johnny Jelks. He passed away 2 years ago. But since 1976, he never missed a year. He missed 1 year in the 80s because his daughter got married.
Huh.
But he came every year. So when I visited his school, I was back home a year or so ago. I went inside of the school in Cincinnati, Ohio. I looked up on the walls and stuff because his family has carried out his school. He was 91 when he passed away, or 92. But I seen all the years of all the USA Martial Arts Hall of Fame awards all over his walls. You talk about taking you back in time. That was like a museum there.
Wow.
So that was just his school. You can imagine all. And what I would like for his family to do is give me one of his awards from one of the years in the 70s or 80s or whatever. And I'd like to put that up in the museum because we will have a certain room that will be for all of those that have fallen.
Wow.
Like a in memory of room.
Right.
For those people that were part, and now we're going to preserve their memories.
Wow.
Joe Lewis, Herb Mullins, Ed Parker. The list goes on and on and on. Aaron Banks. Aaron was a good friend of mine who endorsed what we did. Aaron's gone. None of us are getting any younger either. And so,
when's the date for this for the opening?
I'm hoping to open it up in January. The weather here isn't so crazy cold like it is in Pennsylvania, Ohio, New York.
Yeah.
So, we get a little snow, but it's not so bad. So we'll be able to work throughout the November, December, and January months. So I'm hoping the first part of the year it'll kick off.
Wow, that's going to be
a lot of work.
That's going to be fun.
Yeah, and then every month we'll have 5 people that will be that month. When I know that they can come in, we're going to be celebrating those particular 5 people. It'll be their monthly time. Now, I don't know how I'm going to do this exactly, but when I know they're going to be coming with a few other students, well, okay, this is your month. And we'll take up to 5, and we'll just have a big celebration, for them. Big, nice, warm welcoming. So for those that I know that are coming in, that make the trip in. For those that are local already, it's no big deal because they're close. But if they live, hours away or take a plane ride in or a car ride in, well, we're going to make it worth their while. It's going to be their moment in martial arts history. Almost like going to the Hall of Fame, but just inside the museum.